Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be watching another vlog entry on the channel. And today we are reacting to our latest live stream, which we ended, what seems like an hour or so ago now. We've been chatting for so long offline. We've just realized that we actually better start recording this because it's currently 11:30 when we're sitting down to chat about tonight's show. We needed it though. We've caught up on a few things that are going on at the moment. We've just seen the website, which has now been designed and sorted out for our merchandise and our clothing range, which is coming out, which is really exciting. So we just had a bit of a look over that and sort of see how it all looked and felt, etc. But before we kind of get into that too much, tonight's show with Dean, how do you kind of reflect on it? Because probably one of the most open and honest chats that we've had on the show, without a doubt.
Yeah, it was nice though, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice to do something a bit different, and I kind of felt like Dean wanted his football story out the way quite quickly. We didn't really actually go into loads of depth on his football story. The sort of from beginning, middle to end of what happened at Achilles, I think he covered off in 2 sentences, really. Yeah. And that led us to ask loads of other questions, and it was a good mix of what he gets out of coaching, how he looks after his mental health, how others can look after their mental health, and it led to a lot of open and honest comments.
I
learned a lot.
It was almost as if he'd kind of switched off from that chapter, even though it only happened fairly recently. It almost seems as if it's something that he's reflected on, something that he's dealt with. He now knows where he wants to go in life, and it's not something that he wants to really dwell too much upon, if that makes sense. He's not bitter about it. He's not upset. He's moved on, and he seems to have coped with it very well. And as I said, now he's got kind of a clear idea about where he wants to go. He seems more focused and more driven than I probably have seen him in the time that I've known him anyway.
Did it surprise you to hear that he doesn't want to go back into management or assistant management again?
Shocked me. I kind of thought that maybe the actual the management role wouldn't be for him, but to hear that he doesn't want to be a number 2, which is something that he was very good at before he took the Achilles role on, that was something I was quite shocked with. I wasn't expecting him to say that, but again, it just goes to show he now knows where he wants to be. He now knows what he wants to do, and he seems very happy with that decision that he's made internally.
Yeah, he seems quite confident as well that Kingy will get the most out of that Achilles squad. It's left behind, and there's a real benefit from someone from within Achilles taking over.
Yeah.
But it was an odd show because there wasn't much football related to discuss. It was more about the mind, getting your mind healthy, and setting your pathway to coaching out in the right way. I think people that are looking at that and are interested in football in general, and not the playing side, but the managerial side. And like Dean identified really well what makes him energized about football.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to be learned from that. Like, knowing what it is that you like in football and using that as your pathway to choose what to get involved in. Well, that was quite good.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. As I said, it was a really good chat. It was an honest chat, but as you said, it was quite nice to see that a lot of our audience took on board his comments and were agreeing with what it was that he was saying. And, we had a few people open up in the comment section, which was really nice as well, to get that kind of feedback from everyone, to know that, that everyone's kind of in the same boat and everyone's feeling very similar ways.
Yeah, having an open and honest chat room was very different, and that won't be for everybody.
No.
For those that did take part, we really appreciate the shares, and those stories helped tonight chug along quite nicely as well. And it's another one where we did 2 hours and it flew by. At the 1 hour point, I was thinking, crikey, we've gone through the core bits of the topics that we wanted to do, and then another hour just happened.
So I've got to we got to also 1 hour 45, and I was thinking, Christ, like we still haven't done the Super Sticks. We haven't talked about Ipswich. We haven't done. There's still so many things we haven't done. Like you said, that next 45 minutes just went like that, didn't it? Just absolutely flew by. It was really good.
So I suppose, like, aside from the show, it's now out there that we've taken a decision to cover a broader range of football and have a look at other stuff. Do you want to talk about our reasoning behind that and what we're going to do and what we're looking to cover off going forward a bit more now it's out there properly?
Yeah, we've obviously you've seen from the YouTube channel, and we've talked about it, that we're going to be live streaming and doing watch-alongs for the Ipswich and Norwich games. We're only going to be doing the midweek ones because unfortunately our weekend schedules just don't allow it and don't kind of sync up at the moment. But we've, obviously with non-league football, because there's not really a huge amount going on at the moment, and the Monday live show has basically become what it is, and we are relying on the story to be told to kind of help the show go along at the moment. We just decided that basically of how well the Super Bowl watch along went and how our audience interacted with that and the general chit chats and conversations that were going on within that, we just felt it was worth something, definitely worth something exploring, doing the new show. And as I said, with myself being a Norwich fan and with Adam being an Ipswich fan, it's going to be a really interesting take on it, because there's obviously going to be a lot of banter and a lot of insults between each other as we pick apart each other's teams and talk about various different bits and pieces. It's just going to be quite a unique angle to kind of get rivals talking about each other's team in an open discussion format. So, I'm looking forward to it.
Could be quite funny if we get fans from either side of the divide within the chat as well.
Yeah, and especially if what I've kind of got visualized about how I want things to look when we are live, if you click on it and see it, I think it's going to confuse a lot of people. If you're a Norwich fan and you jump on Wednesday night and you see that Adam's got all of his Ipswich stuff in the background, you're going to think, what the hell's this?
Yeah.
And vice versa when it comes to the other way. When we're watching the Ipswich game and I've got all of my Norwich stuff in the background, people are going to be thinking, hang on, this is a wind-up. I can't take this seriously. But hopefully, if you just, if you get involved in the chat, we'll have a bit of a laugh of it and we'll have a bit of a joke. But the watch-alongs are good for us because they give us the opportunity to talk to you guys about other stuff that's going on as well as non-league football. But it also gives you to see how invested we are within our teams as well. And how we can just be a bit more relaxed with doing a show, as there's not too much pressure because we are purely reacting to what's going on the screen rather than, having to come up with a show, come up with the ideas, come up with the agenda, be the ones asking the questions. It's more of just a general chit chat as if you were down the pub with your mates.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to just being able to sit and enjoy a game and have a chat about it as if we would, like we're sitting on the sofa with each other, because we may like different teams, but a thing that we've done for a long time is come together and watch a game of football together.
Yeah.
Exactly. We've had hilarious days watching Ipswich v Norwich at your house and going out and watching England and all sorts. So hopefully we can recreate that more often. And if it's popular, then push it to other sports and go from there.
Do you remember Barnet?
Oh, what a day that was.
Yeah.
What a day.
Brilliant day. Absolutely brilliant day. Love that. But that's the kind of thing we want to create with the watch-alongs. And as I said, I know primarily our audience, with us being the Suffolk non-league show, is from an Ipswich persuasion. So there might not be as many people watching the Norwich side of things as it is, but just come in and have a chat with us. Just enjoy the game as well as we are, and just get involved in the chat and ask us anything you want. That's the most important thing. Ask whatever you want. But obviously, at the time of this going out, the watch along for the Norwich game will have been gone. But next Tuesday, when we watch the Hull versus Ipswich one, we hope as many of you can join in as is possible.
I think it's a 7 p.m. kickoff, isn't it?
Both are, yeah.
Oh, both are they? Excellent news.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be diving on here last minute. I can see this coming already. I'll be flinging this up for Coventry Norwich with my picture of Gordon Strachan from back in the 90s behind me.
Yeah, no, it's. I said I'm looking forward to it. I just, like I said, it's just an opportunity for us just to kind of relax, have a chat, and just enjoy ourselves, and that's the most important thing from this. So I'm really looking forward to it. But as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, the website is now up and running for our clothing range. We just got to kind of iron out a few details about how we want things to look. Go back with Grant at your shirts and just make a couple of adjustments and just try and figure out how we want things to look, etc. Because as I said, we just don't want these kind of things to be rushed. We don't want just to chuck stuff out there for the sake. No, there's not. There's no need for it. And you know, we don't want to put something out there and then 2 seconds later redesign everything because things don't quite look right, or put something out for the sake of putting something out. We want it to be right. So we're going to take our time over it. And I know a lot of people do keep asking us about it, which is great. And I love it. And please keep asking. But we are going to be releasing it at the right time. It's got to be how we want things to look.
It's also not going to be something where we release a line of clothing and then 4 weeks later we're going to be releasing a refreshed batch. It's not going to rotate too often because graphically that's very, very time consuming, and I'd rather have something that's on brand and recognizable. Part of the clothing as an extension is actually about the name of our show being spread further as well. People wearing it are effectively advertising the show, and people will ask what it is, I'm sure. So it's all about getting a clear identity and not only supporting the show but spreading the word, because I just want to get it far and wide really ready for when football does start up again.
Exactly. Shall we announce who is our next guest, because that is primarily primarily the reason why people do come on to watch these vlogs. Do you want to announce who that is, Adam?
Yeah, I would absolutely love to. I just need to check my calendar to make sure I get it right. Oh my goodness me, you put me on the spot.
We have the next 2 weeks sorted out. And I just want to confirm that we get this 100% right as to who's coming on first. We won't reveal the next one.
So next guest on is going to be Matt Hazelton.
Yeah.
And we're going to be focusing on a discussion which has been put forward by himself around rivalries, and local rivalries in particular that have happened within the SIL.
Yeah.
So a good chance to cause some heated debate, I think.
Matt was very keen to come on the show, wasn't he?
Yeah, he'd spoken to a couple of other people and then got in touch with us. So it's good. It's actually quite an honor for someone to get in touch with us and say, I want to be on, to be honest. So.
Yeah, it really is. So that'll be next Monday's show. Just for you guys who've watched to this point of the video, put it down in the comment section as you always do, about who's coming on and whether or not you're looking forward to, etc. But that will be it for today's vlog video. It's a much shorter one than what we normally would do. But as I said, it is getting a little bit late. So I'm very tired. I need to go to bed and sort myself out. I need to get myself all kind of ready and raring. It's been a long night. Really, really has been a long night.
It really has. It's a good one,
but oh yeah, 100% been a very good one. But if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And as I said, if you've enjoyed the Norwich and Coventry watch along, fantastic. We'll be doing even more of those. If you are watching this at the point before the Hull Ipswich game, make sure you set yourself a reminder so when we go live, you do not miss out on any of the content that's coming up on the channel. But until next time, as always, everybody, adios.